when you're working on a piece of music and you're looking at it for the first time, one of the most important things that you need to do is break it apart into smaller sections. So, how do you do that? Well, I'm going to show you. I have a piece called Last Stand, and it's from Let's Quest Volume 3 by Chrissy Ricker. I highly recommend all three of these books in this series. They're essentially video game style music, but they're really, really well done and really great pieces. So we're going to take a look at this section, and one of the things that happens when you get to a section like this is first off you see Allegro. Allegro means fast. And then you see all the black on the page here, and a lot of students would get really, really scared and say, this looks really hard. Well, here's the thing. Any piece of music, doesn't matter whether it's complex or simple, can easily be taken apart and learned. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on just my right hand by itself. And I'm not going to start Allegro. That's a really important thing when you're working on a piece of music for the first time. Don't go full speed. If there's nothing else that you take away from today's video, don't go full speed. Okay? So, if I'm looking at this, it's okay. So right off the bat, I see, ooh, there's an accent on the and of beat 3. So what I'm going to do is count out loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. It's the same thing again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, I'll do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the other thing I love looking at in a piece of music. Look for repeated patterns. If you're looking for those repeated patterns, look at that. Something like this is going to jump out at you, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. It's the same thing again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1. Okay. Now let's take a look at the left hand. So, what it says is A and E together. So I play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and oh, there's kind of a pattern going on here as well. Because when I'm starting here on the A and E, that pattern goes on from, so it's reset my hand to move down a third, same thing, down another third. So you're going from A and E to F and C, down to D and A. And then just picks up on, there it is. Okay, so I'm working on that, and let's say I've gotten to that point where I can do this pretty well, each hand by itself. Now, the big challenge is working on each hand slowly together. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. Now I'm just focusing on those measures. There's this section here. The thing about it is, what happens is I've got my right hand playing, left hand's holding. Right hand holds, left hand plays. So it's kind of that back and forth. This is the idea when you're looking at a piece of music. Even before you play it, you want to really identify what's going on and come up with a plan, come up with a strategy of how do you attack it. So let me go just a little bit faster. This time I'm going to switch to my hands so you can see what I'm doing. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1. So that's the idea. When you're doing this, it's amazing what happens when you go slow. The thing about it, though, is, of course, you want to go very slow get a little bit faster, get a little bit faster, get a little bit faster. And every step along the way, you get a little bit faster. The thing about it is, yes, it may be more work and it kind of feels like it is. But let me tell you, taking the slow approach, taking it apart in little bite sized chunks like this goes so far in helping you not want to throw things against the wall, to not be frustrated, to not give up. And ultimately, that's the goal. We want to be the best musician we can be, to really do the best work that we can, to interpret the music as fully as we possibly can. And the most important part of it is to do it as confidently as we can. So when you're practicing and you run into trouble, stop. Focus in on that spot. Take it apart. Don't go all the way back to the beginning and start over again, because what's going to happen is if you don't fix that problem, you're going to have that problem again and again and again. The idea is to make it the best it can be. So figuring out what is causing that trouble. One of the other tools that can really be a big help is recording yourself. Back in the old days when I was learning how to play the piano, I couldn't record myself. And if I could, it was on an audio cassette, which didn't really have the highest quality. It took a long time to rewind to play back. Today, you can digitally record yourself, no problem. Super quick. You can listen to it, you can delete it, it's gone. I highly encourage you to do that, because one of the biggest things that we pick up when we're learning is we learn through listening. And especially when it comes to music, because so much of the music that we consume comes in through our ears. So making sure that you're listening, that gives you the opportunity to really focus in while you're listening and following along in the music. So take the music apart, go slow, fix those challenges right away so that you don't learn them incorrectly, and record yourself. Those are the best tools to take apart a piece of music and really get it to shine like you know you can.